In the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Down, 185.
This is the former Jet and Brown, Isaiah Crowell. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Carr. This is caught. It's Ryan Brand. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line. This game, this matchup means a little more to the Carr family. Derek Carr's brother David, of course, the first overall pick in 2002 by these Houston Texans. Spent 5 years as the Texans starter, and then he would eventually spend 6 more years as a backup in the league at various spots before calling it a career. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his first career NFL touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work.
Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Don't get nervous.
Now it's Watson. And the Raiders have got him.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
So don't say 55. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. I got it.
To throw is Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the... He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills, his 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Monday, down. 180. Bring it.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st quarter.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Smooth.
They go play action here on first down. Gonna look deep, and that's caught inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
A first down carry now for Crowell. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Carr. Letting one go deep for the end. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. P.J. Hall there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 24, Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Watson with a give to Miller. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Watson, and he's got room. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He's going to let it go again. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now. Hard to believe that. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. He was looking that time for Stills.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Carr over the middle here to Wilson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Wilson gives Oakland a veteran option at tight end. Remember, they had Jared Cook last year. He's now in New Orleans. But Wilson, 5 years in Seattle, then 1 in Detroit before the native of Windsor, Canada, signed with Oakland back in March. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing again is Watson. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The rookie there defensively to knock it away, Trayvon Mullen. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Watson now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Back to throw, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. So we've reached halftime. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that will be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Texans send the punter out. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
At the 27-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Jacobs. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Now a carry for Jacobs. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Out to the right here to Wilson. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Carr. This one to Foster Moreau, the rookie from LSU. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Foster Moreau with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done. It's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Texans 7. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clean.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Benson Mayowa. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 50, it's Watson. It's caught, Stills, right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Watson on target here to Fuller. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball to the middle.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Curtis Riley. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Back now in Houston. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. But that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Aaron Colvin there to make the tackle. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target, and it's third down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The reception good for 7. It's third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Watson now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
I'm here all day. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Watson on first down. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. To the air yet again, Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. On first down, Crowell. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. To throw on 2nd and 6, Carr. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, I mean, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
It's complete to Brown, right side. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Carr going to look to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Carlson able to put this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?"
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Carr going to throw here. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
93. Hey, 4-1 Mike, 4-1 Mike. Hey, Mike 7.
Carr. And he's going to go down again. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Here now, Johnny Townsend. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. From his linebacker's spot, Vontaze Burfict with a sack. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Oakland, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.